we will understand what is the association. We already have completed this inheritance. Now we will move into this association. So association maintains has a relationship. So we will see with this definition. So association is a relationship between two separate classes which establishes through their objects, right? Association can be one to one, and it can be one to many, many to one, and many to many, right? And there are two types of association. One is aggregation and second one is composition. Aggregation, which make a bond like weak bond, which build a weak bond, that is called aggregation, and composition, which make a strong bond, that is called composition. Likewise, I already have explained, car has a music, then it is a maintaining a weak bond with this car, then that means it is a aggregation. And engine has maintaining a strong bond with this car, then that means it is a composition. So we will understand with the coding. See, I already have explained. Again, you can see this car association has a two part. It has divided into two part. One is aggregation, second one is composition. Engine making a strong bond with the car, and aggregation, music, that is music, is maintaining a weak bond with this car. So this is called aggregation and this is called composition. Let's move into another part. So let me create an program. So I will create a program in this inheritance only, inheritance package. So I will create one class and I will create, I told you right here in the association, what it is saying, association is a relationship between two separate classes. I will create two separate classes and then I will make you understand, which establishes through their objects. And association can be one to one, one to many, many to one, and many to many. So I will explain this one to one, then you will understand and you can create another one, right? So I will create a class for one to one. One to one test. Let me write test. So this is a class. Let me write main method here. This is a main class. Now we are going to create one class. Suppose that person, right? Let me create a class person, right? This is a association, right? And association maintains has a relationship, right? So suppose that the person has some name, right? Person has a name. So let me write a name here. Name. And name will be in string, right? Why it is giving, acha, R is missing, string, right? So this person has a name. You cannot say, right, person is a name. That is wrong, right? That is not maintaining is a relationship. It is maintaining has a relationship. You can say person has a name, right? So let me make it private. This is the access modifier, private, right? So I will explain you in upcoming session what is private access modifier, public, default. I will explain in upcoming videos. But as of now, you can understand, if any variable has a private, then private access modifier you can access within the class only. If you want to access this name outside this class, then it will not be accessible, right? So if you want to access outside this class, then you will have to use getter and setter method, right? So if you can use that method, then you can access this name outside this class. So what we will do, we will create one, like first we will set the name, then you can get it, right? So I will create a method for setter, public void, right? And first we will set the name, right? This is a method. And let me, if you want to set the name, then definitely you will have to pass some parameter, and parameter will be name. You want to pass the parameter name, but name is a string data type, so I will write string, right? So if you are passing name here, then we will have to initialize right here, name is equal to name, and this name referring to this variable, so I this data member, so I will put this. Yesterday we have seen, right, this keyword. What is the this keyword? So this keyword will refer to the immediate current class data member, right? So this name is referring to this name, right? Now we have set the name, right? Setter we have used. Now we will get the name. So I will create one more method, right? That is public void and get name. Now we want to get whatever the name you have set here, that we want to get, right? So what we want to get? Name, and it will return name, right? It is returning name here, return. So since it is returning name, but here we are using return type void. Void is a return type, but it will return nothing. If you want to return name, the name is a string type. So what we will have to use here, return type will be string. Then only it will return name, right? So there are two classes we have created. So far we have created only one class, right? And a person has a name, and name, since we are using this private keyword, private access modifier, so if we want to access outside the this data member, then we will have to use getter and setter method. So that's why we have used setter method first and then getter methods. First we will set the name, and then we will get the name. So one class we have created, right? But in the definition, what it is saying, association is a relationship between two separate classes. So far we have created only one class. This is a main class. You don't need to consider this class. So far we have created only one class. Now what we will do, we will create one more class, right? Class passport. So I'm creating another class, that is passport. So we can say passport has a number. If you have a passport, then you must be having some passport number, right? So passport has a passport number. So again, here it is maintaining has a relationship, not is a relationship. You cannot say passport is a passport number. You cannot say. You can say passport has a passport number. So again, passport number will be in integer. So I will take data type int, and here I will write passport. Passport number, you can say, right? Again, I will put this passport number as a private, right? So again, since it is a private means it will be secure. No one can access outside this class, right? It will be private. Your property will be private. But if you want to access, then you can give the access to other person. They can only either read, they can all only write with the help of getter and setter method, right? So again, we'll create a getter and setter method. So for setting this passport number, we will use setter method first. So what we will do here, again we will create one method, public void and set passport number, right? So now again, if you want to set some passport number, then you will have to pass some parameter here. So passport number will be in integer. So let me put the data type int and this, and now we will have to initialize here. Passport is equal to passport, and it is referring to this current class, immediate current class data member this. So I will use this here. So here you will understand better the use of this keyword. Let me make you understand. Did something wrong. This passport number. See, so this keyword, it will refer to immediate current class data member. This is a immediate current class. This is a super class. So this will refer to this immediate current class data member. This is the use of this keyword. And here, this one, this keyword will refer to this current class data member, right? So now we have set the passport number. Now we will get the passport number. How we can get it? Again, we will have to create a method, public void get passport number. Passport number. Now what it will return? It will return some integer data type, right? So we can write return. What it will return? It will return some passport number. This passport number it will return, right? See, it is giving an error. So this void, again, it will return nothing. So if you want to return something, then you will have to write int here, right? So now we have created two separate class, right? In the definition, it was saying association is a relationship between two separate classes which establishes through their object, right? So here I have created two separate classes. It will establishes through their object. So we will create an object, right? So let me again create an object. So I will create an object in the main class. So let me create an object for first one, first class. First class is a person. So let me write a person is equal to new person. So I have created an object, right? Now I will call the method, this setter and getter method. So let me call this person dot. So first we will set the name. Here we have a method set. So we can set any name. Let's suppose that I'm setting name Peter, right? This is a name. Now if I'll run this program, then it will not give any output. See, it is not giving any output. So if you want to, so as of now, we have only set this, we have only set. Now we will have to get it right. For the get the name, we will have to call the getter method as well. So again, what we will do? Again, we will write the person and I will call now get name, right? And if you want to get it, if you want to get the name, then first you will have to write some output as well, right? So suppose that, let me create here system.out.println sys out, right? And I will close here. Now it will get the name Peter if I'll run this program. See, it is giving an output Peter. So now With the help of setter method, we set the name. With the help of getter method, we get the name here, right? Again, if you want to give any message here, then you can give it. Like how you can give? Like this. Name of first person. Now it will give along with this message. Peter, name of first person. Right? So now what we will do? We will set the passport as well. So for setting a passport, you will have to create another object. That's what here it is saying, which establishes through their objects. Like it is establishing through this object. So first we have created a object for first class. Now I will create an object for another class. What is the another class? This is a passport. So I will create an object for this class as well. Let's say passport is equal to new passport. Right? I will call the method getter and setter here. First I will call to setter method so that we can set the passport number first. Right? Suppose that my passport number is 786545. This is my passport number. So here I have set the passport. Now we can get the passport. How we can get it? While calling a getter method. Get the passport. So if I want to print this passport number, then what we will have to do? We'll have to do system.out.println. Right? And if you want to put some message, then you can put it here like passport number of first person. Here we can some message passport number of first person. See, so now it will give Peter and Peter's passport number. See, this is a first name, that is Peter, and this is a passport number of Peter. So likewise, if you want to create multiple name and passport, then you can do it. Suppose that if I want to put another name, then we can set like Kim. Suppose that if I want another person is Kim, and here we can write name of second person. So we will have to set some passport number for the second person. What we can do here, we can change some number like 6, and this passport number of second person. Let me run this program. Yeah, so this is a first person, this is a passport number of first person, and this is second person, this is a passport number of second person. So it is printing first both the person name and then passport number of both the person. So if you want to print in a sequence wise, then you can take this passport and cut it, and you can paste here, and again for this one as well, you can cut it from here and you can paste it there. Now it will print sequence wise. See, the first name, the passport number of first person, second person, and passport number of second person. So this is maintaining has a relationship. There are two separate classes. We have created two separate classes, and both the separate classes establishing through their objects. And association can be one to one, one to many, many to one, many to many. So far I have created one to one. So one to one we already have seen. Let me explain one more time. A person can have only one passport. It defines one to one. Let me again re-explain this program which we already have seen. This one, a person has a passport, only one passport. Else you can say a person has a name. Since this is a private, I have created a getter and setter method. And a person has a passport, only one passport he has. So that's why we are saying this one to one. What is a one to many? If person has multiple passport, let me show you with this example. If we can talk about the association between a college and a student, means in one college there are multiple students. A college can have many students. It defines to one to many. And if I talk about this class, then suppose that person has a passport, and if I can say person has a multiple passport, then it will be one to many. Third one is many to one. So if I take an example of any state, so a state can have several cities, and those cities are related to that single state, and it is defining to many to one. And last one is many to many. Suppose that a single student can associate with multiple teachers. Like suppose that if one student is there, and he has doing study for multiple subjects, so what he will have to do, he will have to associate with multiple teachers for maths, for English, for science. So he will have to associate with multiple teachers. And multiple student can also be associated with a single teacher. Like suppose that one teacher is there for English. So in the English class must be having multiple students. So this single teacher are associated with multiple students. So both are created or deleted independently. So it defines the many to many. Let me explain you the program as well I have created for the multiple many to many. See, suppose that one person is there, and that person has some address, right? That person has a straight address. So in address contain state, and state contains in one state there will be many cities. Suppose that if I am talking about Maharashtra, so Maharashtra has a many cities. Like Maharashtra has a Mumbai, Maharashtra has a Pune, Maharashtra has a Nagpur, Satara. So there will be multiple cities. So this state has associated with multiple cities, and this city has associated with multiple zip code. In one city there must be having multiple areas, multiple town areas, and multiple town area will contain different zip code. So this is a many to many. Many to many means this this one state are associated with multiple cities, and multiple cities has a multiple zip code. So since I have created as a private, right, so we will have to use getter and setter method for each and every variable. So see, I have created a setter method for state and getter method for state. Again for city, setter and getter method I have created. And for zip code, again I have created getter and setter method. Now what I will do, I will create an object for both the classes. Two separate classes we have created. One is person and second one is address. Person has an address, and address is containing multiple sorry guys. So person has an address, and address is containing one state, and state is containing multiple cities, and multiple cities is containing multiple zip code. So here I have created for each and every for all three variables I have created setter and getter method. Now what I have done, we have one main class where I have created main method, and now I have created two separate object, one for person and second one is for address. So I have set this two name. Suppose that two persons are there. So who has some, who is living some particular address, and I have created address, and address I have created for both the person, and here I have printing the statement. Or if I run this program, then it is giving an output. Let us suppose that first person name is Johan, who live at address Maharashtra, city Pune, and zip code this. And second person is, that person name is Peter, and who is living at address Delhi, city Ashoknagar, and there are some zip code of that address. So I have explained one to one, many to one. Now this is a task for you guys. You need to create a program for one to many and many to one. Okay.